Here we have a throttle position sensor. You can see right up here we have probed into the TPS, throttle position sensor. It's right across the throttle body. We've got the actuator on one side, and over here is the sensor that gets turned in correlation with the throttle plate. We looked at the wiring diagram to find where the signal wire was, back probed that, just one T-pin there. Our other lead is here on battery negative hooked up. Now let's look at the oscilloscope and see how we are going to hook this scope up. Right now we're at 500 volts of division in 5 seconds. 5 seconds is way too long. It takes too long to get the screen across here. Let me show you what happens. As I change my voltage and I go towards millivolts, I'm at 200 millivolts. Now you see right here it's propagating across. So if I hit millivolts again, well, it seems to refresh pretty quick. As I continue to hit millivolts here, it is going to take me down until I start getting a voltage developed. All right. Right now you can't quite see it yet because it's a fairly low voltage since it's the signal voltage. 10 volts of division, 10 volts from that point to that point. I still can't see it, so I'm going to continue to go down in voltage, down in voltage. I'm starting to see it off a little bit, but still it's pretty close. Down in voltage, I can see it off a little. I'm at 1 volt of division now. I'm going to go one further. 500 millivolts, it's right like so. Let's try one more and see what happens. So now, here is my voltage line. It's moving across so slow, I'm going to need to take and speed that up a little bit to make this realistic. I'm going to take and go down to about 1 second. So it's 1 second for each division. It's going to take about 8 or 9 seconds to get across the screen there. Now, as that pattern comes across and starts refreshing right there, that's when I'm going to start to open the throttle plate. So I'm going to reach up here and grab the throttle plate, and I'm going to open and shut it to get a pattern here as this comes across. So now as we look at the scope, I've got my cursor that I can see it's moving across right here. So as it refreshes, I'm going to crack this open and go to wide open, and then closed, and hit hold. Now this is not a good pattern. The top of it is cut off there. So to correct that, I'm going to need to go back, increase my voltage, go back to 500 millivolts a division, restart it, and now I'm going to try this again. So I'm going to wait until this comes across, and as it starts there, I will open my throttle plate and close my throttle plate. It's a little steeper than I'd like. It'll work, but right in here is too steep, and it still cut the top off. So again, I will take my voltage and go up to 1 volt of division, unfreeze it, and then I will be able to get a good result off of this. So wait until the signal propagates across. Grab my throttle plate, increase to all the way open, decrease to closed throttle, hold the pattern, and I have a nice even incline up and down, and I'm looking for lines that come down off the pattern, teardrop forms, cutouts where resistance has increased, and you get voltage cutouts along the pattern. Looks like a good pattern there, and that's testing a throttle position sensor.